My name is Krista. I am 26 years old. I am too young, but I am not happy. I am heartbroken. When I was 23, I made a big mistake. I married a man I didn't love, just to forget my past, to get away from where I live. For many years, I have secretly loved Lucas, the son of my next-door neighbors. Lucas cared about me too. We loved each other. We had many memories together. We had many plans for our future. But then, a new family moved into our neighborhood. They had a daughter named Gina. She was beautiful, bold, and fearless. From the very first days, Gina started to get close to Lucas. I tried to keep Lucas away from her, but it was no use. I couldn't compete with Gina. She was much smarter and prettier than me. They became friends quickly, and I was dying inside from sadness. I couldn't sleep anymore. I lost my appetite. I didn't want to leave the house. Every time I went outside, I saw them together. I cried many days, and my life was full of sorrow. But then I thought to myself, maybe I should burn his heart and make his jealous. John was one of the neighbor boys. He had asked me many times to be his girlfriend, but I always refused. Lucas hated John. He also knew that John liked me. So, to make Lucas upset, I started going out with John. Every day I met him and tried to make Lucas jealous. Of course, Lucas did get jealous, but Gina never left him. She made Lucas crazy for her with her beauty and charms. Then I heard they were planning to get married. My world turned dark. I cried day and night. Suddenly, I decided to get married before Lucas did. I told John that if he really wanted me, he should marry me. John could not believe it. For years he had chased after me, but I ignored him. Now he was shocked by what I said. He asked me several times, "Are you serious? Do you really want to marry me?" I, hiding all my pain inside, pretended to be happy and said, "Yes." We got married very quickly. We had a big wedding and even invited Lucas and Gina. I wanted to give Lucas one last blow. On the wedding night, I acted like a professional actress. I showed myself as the happiest bride in the world. I danced with everyone, even with Lucas. I looked into his eyes with strength, not with tears or regret. I smiled at him. Everyone told me how beautiful I looked. I could see the jealousy in Lucas's eyes. But Gina, like a butterfly, kept circling around him and distracting him. At last, that night ended, and John and I were alone. Then I realized what a big mistake I had made. I had no feelings for John. I felt no joy from his touch. I even felt bad inside. Oh my God, why did I do this to myself? But John was happy and did not notice my true feelings at all. I felt sorry for him. I had treated him badly too. I thought marriage would help me forget Lucas, but it didn't. The pain stayed with me. I didn't love John. I was regret and sadness, but I had no way back. I felt trapped in a life that is not mine. In my mind, I imagined Lucas instead of him. Then I felt guilty. Every day I wake up with a heavy heart. Joan was 27 years old. He was a good man. He was kind, gentle, and always smiled. He brings me coffee on cold mornings. He listens carefully when I talk. He calls me my life and always kisses me with love. Many women would feel lucky to have a man like him, but I feel sad because I cannot love him back. 1 year passed, but I could not forget Lucas. I could not stop thinking about him. I could not forget the memories of the past. I thought marriage would help me feel better. I believed that maybe love would come later, but love never came. John tried his best to show me his love. I felt like I was lying every day I smiled when I didn't want to. My mother once told me, Krista, love can grow with time. Marriage is not always about strong feelings. It is about kindness, respect, and patience. I tried to believe her. I tried to be patient. But every day I felt more and more like a stranger in my own life. On holidays, John cooked food for me. He said, "Today I am at home, so you can rest." He set the table nicely, put candles, played music, and tried to make me happy. I gave him fake smiles and thanked him, but inside, I felt empty. I couldn't enjoy the food or the music. I felt like I was acting in a play, not living a real life. After dinner, John took my hand and said, "Let's go for a walk." We walked to the small park near our apartment, under the old maple tree. John had proposed to me 1 year ago. He smiled and said, "Remember this place? I told you I would love you forever." I looked at the tree, then at him. I wanted to scream, "I don't love you, John," but I stayed quiet. I didn't want to hurt him. He looked so happy, so full of love, and I felt like a terrible person. That night, I couldn't sleep. I stared at the ceiling for hours. I thought about my life, my choices. In my heart, I asked myself, will I ever feel happy again? The next morning, my best friend Lena called me. She said, "Krista, your voice sounds tired. Are you okay?" I wanted to say yes, but I couldn't lie. So I told her the truth. "I don't love John," I said softly. "I married him because I wanted to forget Lucas. But now I feel trapped. I feel sad every day." Lena was quiet for a moment. Then she said, "Maybe you need some space. Maybe time apart will help you understand your heart better." I shook my head. "It's not time, Lena. My heart just doesn't feel anything for him." Later that day, I sat with John on the sofa. I tried to speak. "John, I need to talk to you." But before I could say more, he stopped me. He said quickly, "Krista, I know what you're going to say. I know you do not love me, but I love you, and I do not want to lose you. I always hoped that you would love me too. Please don't give up. Let's try our best. I still believe we can make this work." His eyes were full of hope, and I felt worse. I didn't want to destroy his hope, but I knew I couldn't give him what he needed. I felt tired. I hated myself. One night, he said to me, "My dear, I really want us to have a baby. I think it will bring us closer." I froze. I didn't know what to say. The idea of having a child with someone I didn't love scared me. I had thought about it before, but I was afraid to make another mistake. I had already destroyed myself, and John with one wrong marriage. Now I did not want to bring a child into the world without love. I looked down at my hands and said quietly, "I am not ready to have a baby yet." He nodded slowly. He looked hurt but didn't push me. That made me feel even worse. He was always gentle, always kind, and I was always silent, always distant. That night, I wrote in my journal, "I feel like I'm drowning in this marriage. John is a good man, but I can't be the wife he deserves." I also wrote, "Sometimes I want to leave, but I'm scared. What will people think? Will they say I'm selfish? Will they say I didn't try hard enough?" One evening, I packed a small bag. I planned to leave, looked at John while he was sleeping. He looked peaceful, happy. I stood by the door, holding my bag, but I couldn't do it. I put the bag down and sat on the floor. I cried quietly. The next morning, John made coffee for me. He kissed my cheek. He gave me the coffee and said, "Coffee with love." His words broke my heart again. I wanted to scream, "Stop hoping." I walked to the window and looked at the street. A dog was running, kids were laughing, and the sun was shining. The world was moving, but inside, I felt stuck. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to fix my life. I only knew one thing. I couldn't live like this forever. The days passed slowly. Every morning I woke up, I did the housework. I went to work. I went to parties with John. We went to the cinema. We walked in the park, but I did not feel happy. Little by little, I became sensitive. I got angry easily. I decided to go to a counselor. I told her everything. She listened many times. Then she said, "In 2 years, you did not love your husband. Even you did not get used to life with him. You must be honest. John deserves the truth, and you do too." After that, I thought a long time. I talked to myself for hours. I knew it was not fair to John. He was very kind to me. I should not break his heart. I should not leave him. I asked myself many times, which way is right? Should I live with him without love and with lies? Or should I tell him the truth and leave him? Which choice would hurt him more? With the help of the counselor, I decided to tell the truth. I was sure that life without love is much worse. Finally, one evening, I spoke to him. "John, I care about you. You are good, but I don't love you. I never did." He was quiet. His eyes were wet. He said softly, "I knew, Krista. I saw it in your eyes. I just didn't want to believe." Tears came to my face. "I am sorry. I never wanted to hurt you." He said, "I love you, but I can't be the only one trying. If your heart isn't here, I can't hold you." There was no shouting, no blame, only sadness. A few days later, I told him I wanted to move out. He asked, "Do you have a place?" I said, "Yes. Lena has a guest room for me." He nodded. He said, "I am not angry. I am just sad, but maybe this is right." The next morning, I packed my things. John carried my bag to the door. He said, "If you need anything, call me." I said, "Thank you for everything. You were always good to me." He looked at me one last time and said, "Take care, Krista." I left. Lena was waiting in her car. I sat beside her. We drove away. I did not look back. I stayed with Lena for some weeks. Months later, I moved to a small apartment. It was simple, but it was mine. I put flowers by the window and painted the walls yellow. I felt lonely sometimes, but I felt free. Sometimes I thought about John. I hoped he would find someone who truly loved him. He deserved it. As time passed, I changed. I smiled again. I made new friends. I laughed. I don't think about Lucas anymore. I only want to be happy with all my heart and enjoy my life. I want to grow in my work and wait for really love. Thank you for listening to my story. It's not full of smiles and happy endings, but it's real. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and share. More emotional and inspiring stories are coming soon. So please subscribe to the channel and click the bell to get notified of the next videos. Thank you.